At Christmas time, I'm reminded of the phrase, Heaven's all gracious King, in the song, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. It says that peace on earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. Imagine a person who's all gracious. And there's been a lot of talk recently about if there's such a thing as eternal conscious torment in hell. And I wanted to share a couple of scriptures that I think help us point to that this is not consistent with heaven's all gracious King, right? And so in Acts chapter 14, Paul is talking, and he's presenting to some people who are ready to worship him and his companion Barnabas. And it says in Acts 14:16, he says, in past generations he permitted all the nations to go their own ways. He permitted all the nations to go their own ways. No big deal, right? Yet he did not leave himself without witness, in that he did good and gave rains from heaven in fruitful seasons, satisfying your hearts with good and gladness. Does that sound like the kind of God who's going to torment people eternally and consciously for untold trillions and trillions of years? I don't think so. Please think about it if you have that view. In Acts chapter 17, a few chapters later, Paul is talking in Athens, and so it says, we also are his descendants, the descendants of God. Therefore, since we are the descendants of God, we ought not to think that the divine nature is like gold or silver or stone, an image formed by human skill and thought. So, having overlooked the times of ignorance, God is now proclaiming to mankind that all people everywhere are to repent, because he has set a day on which he will judge the world in righteousness through a man whom he has appointed, having furnished proof to all people by raising him from the dead. And so now he's given proof because Christ rose from the dead. But what did he do with the other things? He overlooked the times of ignorance. Does that sound like a God who's going to torture all lost people, torment them all forever in eternal conscious suffering, just for an infinite amount of time? I hope you'll please carefully consider these things. Yes, I believe hell is eternal. Yes, I believe people will be punished. I believe they'll come to rue that they have done those sins. But then I believe that they will die. And their corpses, we'll see their corpses from one Sabbath to another. I pray that God will bless this to your hearts and minds. Merry Christmas, everyone.